Hey, good morning everybody. It's 8 o'clock on a Monday and I just got off the BTS here at Wutthakat. That giant golden Buddha off in the way, that's more the center of Wutthakat. I don't know much about this area. I read something online that it's the original old city. The Chao Phraya is not far off in that distance, but we're just going to look around the BTS. I see an IDEO building across the way. The one thing to consider, it's Monday morning, and taking these trains into Saturn or Siloam, they get busy. The next, where you see that large building off in the distance, that is the end of the line. As far as today, anyhow, in 2024, that's Bang Wah. So I noticed the train goes down, turns around, and comes back empty, and all the ladies run for an empty seat. They might have a 25-minute commute or more into the city. So that's a consideration for living out here on the end of the line if you want a seat on the train. For able-bodied men, I would suggest to give your seat up to somebody who's in more need. But if you have a back or knee problem and you need that seat, absolutely not a problem. But you might want to consider living down here, Wutthakat or Bang Wah. I mix up my Bang Wah and my Bang Na. And you can go from there way off in the distance to get our bearings. You can see the golden, well, barely, it's a little hazy today, the Golden Dome Tower, the, what was that, Labua building, or the Skyview Tower that was in The Hangover 2. So that's where we are in regards to the Chao Phraya River. I started saying Chao Phraya, and I was quickly corrected by a young Thai person. So Chao Phraya it is. And there's the highway heading over, I believe, to the Taksin Bridge. And it's going to cross the river right there at Sapon Taksin BTS. I don't see a lot of condo options off on the right side over here. I just see a lot of traditional low-rise Thai buildings. But over on this side, where there's this building, and that one's a little tucked away, but I see two buildings over here I'm going to go identify. I think they're, well, that one says it's the Key. So let's go check it out. And there's a, look at that, a fake police officer. Let me see if I zoomed in on him. So there you go. There's a lot of these dummies around town trying to keep people honest. And if you want to head in the direction of the city, the National Stadium is the train you want to get on. National Stadium is where the MBK Mall is. Take it back, there are a couple of condo options on the other side. I don't see the name of this place, but let's get down on the street. Well, there's a klong right here. So I'm sure we get to it over here. And there's two other buildings. There's another Key and an Aspire. And the other building over here is also a Key property. Yeah, so let's get down on the street and check out this, is it Wutthakat? I got a sign right here to double check. Yes, and there you go. I would have said Wutthakat, but the BTS lady said Wutthakat. And there's another very terrifying soy dog. I'm halfway kidding about the dogs. Of course, you have to be careful with loose dogs, but loose dogs is just part of the deal over here in Bangkok. I'll hear other YouTubers terrified of every loose dog. I think that's a little silly. Now here's the Tempo Grand Saton Wutthakat. Of course, you're talking to an old school mailman. 33 years of carrying mail. If I didn't deliver the mail every time I saw a loose dog, nobody would have got their mail in San Diego, especially down at the beach. So the Tempo looks like a nice 30-something story building, maybe 3 towers. Cafe Amazon down below. And I failed to point out on the other side of that tree is a 7-Eleven. And you're 20 feet for your commuting BTS needs. And also in this area, if you head in the other direction to the end of the line, the Bang Wah BTS station, you can connect to the MRT Blue Line. And that is how I rode out here this morning from, I got on Queen Circuit, rode the Blue across to Bang Hwa, but you could just as easily take it one more stop to Sukhumvit or keep going down the way to Phetchaburi and on and on. And I'm guessing I'm gonna have to exit and get to it another way, but I see a bunch of restaurants, probably for all these condos. I see a place over there called the Steak Factory. Yeah, I probably have to go over here to enter. But I want to check out these local businesses. Here's some Thai food. Normally these condos have a giant wall. Well, this one might have a way. Nah, I was gonna say it might have a way to get back there, but I'm not sure if this is also yeah, that's the tempo. I've been walking around a couple hours. I'm starting to overheat. I was looking for a little shortcut to get over to these businesses. I'm sure those businesses would love to have a gate there. Sometimes these buildings will have just that, but it'll have a little key beeper, just like entering the building. And across the street, there's an IDEO, and right next to that is another key property. And then down the way, I can't tell what that building is in the middle, but the other building is an Elio. So plenty of options right next to these train stations out here. Sure, you're gonna have a 20-minute commute into Satun or Siloam, but it might be worth it to live feet from the train and not really be in the crazy hustle bustle of central Bangkok. I know a lot of people, like I keep mentioning this, head off in the other direction of Bering and Udom Suk, where over here it's also a fine option, yet there's some other things going on around the train. It's not as crazy as central Bangkok, but there's plenty of little restaurants. I know there's restaurants up in Udom Suk and Bering, but every time I'm wandering around up there, other than directly around the train, I was up at Royal Thai Naval Academy the other day. Just super quiet. There was nothing going on. I might as well have been 500 miles outside of Bangkok. Personally, I like the craziness of Phrom Phong and Asok and going from one place to another, but I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Plus, it comes at a bit of an expense. I'm paying 19,000 baht for my condo. My exact condo out here, I would guess, is 12,000 baht. I'm not sure, but I know it's going to come at a savings. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I like. This quarter district, I guess. It says, welcome to the quarter Wutthakat. I'm already saying it wrong. Wutthakai, right? And off to the right here is a little coffee place. It's closed. I'm surprised. You'd think they'd be selling coffee early in the morning. A couple little bars. The House Ong Hangout and Craft Beer Club. Another place upstairs, something Bali. Steak Factory. Yeah, I like this a lot. And another, what is that? Another cafe down the way, cafe and toy room. And you can see it's just feet from these condos and the train station. I'm sure at 10 o'clock at night this place is just packed. And this place is called the Ratana Bali. Yeah, I love little neighborhood areas like this. Here's another place called the Family Room. There's different little hangouts. They're not going to be as cheap as street food, but they're going to be reasonable. What is this place? The Quarter Wutthakat? No, I think that's the name of the whole. Well, I was going to say maybe the Quarter is the main restaurant here. I'm not sure. I didn't do my homework. I'm just yeah, this says it's the Quarter. I'm just a guy getting off the train and looking around, just like you might be doing if you were over here. I think I'm wandering into the kitchen here. Yeah, so I think that's what's happening. The Quarter is the main restaurant, and there's some other little bars and places. Unless this is all the Quarter with different rooms, that might be what's happening. It's all the Quarter, and then you have the Ratana Bali room and The family room. That's starting to make sense. Watch these stairs. Well, if I met somebody that said they live out in Bang Hua area, 100%, I would say let's meet here. This looks like a fun little spot. Now I need to get off to this building on the left. I'm tempted to wander through this neighborhood, but yeah, I don't think it's going to connect over there. And even if it does, there's probably a wall. I just like wandering through these little neighborhoods, but yeah, this is heading off just into some local areas. And if you're heading to the BTS station, you go under the highway here to connect to the Quay and the IDO, those buildings on the other side. So fairly convenient. Yeah, you have to run across a couple of roads, but you can see the traffic's not that bad. Let's keep walking down the way and go check out this Quay and Aspire and see what's below. I like wandering around just checking out these neighborhoods, but I'm always on the look out for the next spot. Not only to live, I don't know if I'd live way out here, but yeah, for 100% would I come out to that, the quarter, what was it, the quartering? Quartering, I think, is a YouTube channel. But if I had a buddy who said he lived over here in Thonburi, I'd say jump on the train and meet me at that spot. And I still don't see the name of that building on the right, but the one on the left is the Elio. I mean, we're almost to the Quay here on the, well, here it is right here. And the Quay looks like a nice building. Less than a 5-minute walk to the BTS. And right at the BTS, you can go under the highway. But then up here by the, that's the IDO. Up here by the Elio building, they have a walkway to go across. I am going to get on top and see what the name of that building is. And that Elio building looks like it has a nice water feature. I'm sure that's the pool area. Here's the traffic heading through the Sapan Taksin Bridge heading into Bangkok. On the other side of the way, the Aspire. That Aspire is probably a 13-minute walk to the BTS, maybe shorter. But there are certainly some closer choices, including these two buildings. Just duck right under the highway. And there you go. There's the BTS. You can see it straight ahead on the right. And now that I'm over on the other side of the road, you can see both the Spire towers. And that's the Quay. The Tempo Grand, that's right at the BTS. And you can see they're building another high-rise right next door. And I'm a dummy. I walked over here for nothing. This Elio, it's just two towers. I can see where it's connected right near the swimming pool. And there goes the BTS. Just left the last station, Bang Hua, as of 2024 anyhow, heading in towards the city. And the trains are a nice way to get around. They're not super cheap, especially for Thai folks that are making, I don't know, less than $500 a month oftentimes. To come from the Queen Sirikit Convention Center, MRT, out to one stop from here at Bang Hua cost me 43 baht. And it's a little controversial, the dual pricing for foreigners, Farang, and Thais, especially when you go to a national park, things like that. It might say 30 baht for Thais and 200 baht for foreigners. It'll say it in Thai, as to be a little discreet, but that's what it is. Let's hope they don't ever change the train system to a dual pricing situation. I'd still pay 100 baht to get over here to avoid crossing 10 miles of traffic, but yeah, 43 baht is better. And there's one of the Condo buses dropping everybody off at that crossing under the toll road. So hey, there you go. There's a very fast look at just skimming the surface of this Wutthakat area and what is near the BTS station. If this is an area that interests you, of course, get out here and spend a couple of hours wandering a mile behind these buildings. I was watching a Bangkok Pat video. He did a very thorough tour of the area, and yeah, he said the BTS station is really about 1 kilometer from the main Wutthakat area. Myself, I'm just kind of attempting to hit everything near the trains, housing, dining wise. If I run into something cool like that quarter little dining area, that's great, but I'm not here spending 4 and 5 hours wandering around the area. I just have so many thousands of areas to see. I am going to wander back over there. I see something called the Aqua. So we are just on the other side of the highway. Here's a little 7-Eleven and the IDEO Wutthakat. Hundreds of units, but I see a little low-rise building back there called the Aqua. Plus, I'll take a little 2-minute look at this local area. Those high-rises are cool and all, but they all come at a higher price. This Aqua Residence, new room for rent, fully furnished, free Wi-Fi, smart TV, refrigerator. So it's a larger hotel room, but if you're looking to save some bucks, there's nothing wrong with that. And there it is, the Aqua Residence, which I'm just gonna guess is one of the more affordable things in the area. Even these high-rises, they're gonna come at a fraction of the cost of Prompong or a Sulk, being that they're out here a ways, but they're still gonna cost money. So these low-rises, that might be a money-saving option. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna walk under the highway there and maybe 200 feet, jump back on the BTS. I appreciate you following along on my little channel. If you're new, you haven't considered subscribing, please do so. That'd really help me with YouTube. You have a great afternoon or morning. I guess it's still not even 9 o'clock. Take it easy.